Shark Town. Definitely. Who doesn't want to draw cards these days? 5. Unblockable. Okay. Oh, I love beating rogue decks. Don't you guys? You guys love beating rogue decks? I do. I do so much. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today, we're playing with a real tempo deck. None of this Demir Rogue shenanigans. I've got a fine-tuned mono blue tempo, just how it was meant to be. We're going to be drawing cards, we're going to be unblockable, and we're going to be countering every single thing that our opponent tries to do. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it about all of your friends and family MTG playgroups to help support the channel. If you're a Scrooge McDuck type character, right, a Bitcoin baby, you can support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon link, and our Grey Viking Games link. Of course, we get 3% through everything you buy through Amazon if you use our link. And then, of course, 15% through the Grey Viking Games, just to disclose that for you guys. You can also download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant, in which there is a very small kickback per download as well. I appreciate everybody on the channel, whether you're just, watching the videos, enjoying Magic the Gathering Arena, or you've actually taken a liking to me and you've begun to help support through the different avenues. God bless. Let's get into the deck. Let's break it down. A real tempo deck consists of a 2.5 average converted mana cost, 18 creatures and 22 non-creatures, a very friendly blend, 20 lands, because there's nothing worse than trying to top deck a counterspell and getting another land. So, we're kind of trimming the land as much as we can, and, also trimming the mana curve as much as we can. And the 2.5 cost here is inflated because we have 2 copies of the Shark Typhoon in deck. We're not going to be casting that for 6, and even for 4, Behold the Multiverse, we're probably not casting this at full cost there either, because we can foretell it for a cheaper cost. So, the 2.5 average cost is a little bit inflated, as we see there. That's absolutely fine. One quick change I want to make to the deck, as my smooth brain didn't figure it out earlier. I'm actually going to add 2. Some Castle Vantresses. So just like that, the deck got even better. And while you're watching today's video, if you see any changes that you personally would make, leave them in the comments below. Share them to the community and myself. We're always looking to improve as a whole. It's not just you that wants to get better. We all do, right? So if you do have any upgrades to the deck, any big brain ideas, leave them in the comments below, please. Let's break down the deck list. We'll talk about each individual card, the strengths, the weaknesses, why they were chosen to be included in the deck, its purpose, right? And then we'll move into the strategies and synergies. How do all of these cards mesh together to form a coherent archetype? Watching our gameplay footage after that, breaking down the playlines and interactions so you can be a first-hand judge whether or not you want to be spending your wild cards on the deck. And this one might be one that you might want to check out, seeing as it is a mono blue color. Very friendly to those of you who don't have all of the rare lands, which I recommend you get first because it opens up a lot of different avenues for your playstyles. And then the wrap-up thoughts, right? Just closing out, talking about the channel, much like the intro was. So, thank you again for your time and attention. Download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. I know I talked about it, but I didn't show it. Metagames analysis, your own deck statistics, your collection information. My favorite, the Deck Advisor, which will show you which decks you can play based on your current collection. You'll see I have all these cards, and then boom, at the bottom, we're missing some of these cards, right? So it knows that we can play all these decks. We still need to spend wildcards on these decks. So that's great if you're new to the game and you're not looking to spend all of your wildcards right away. Play some decks that you have all the cards for. Of course, I've got a free-to-play playlist if you're new to the channel as well, looking to save some of those rares and mythics. All right, you guys, way too much rambling today. 4 copies of the Ascendant Spirit. This is a 1/1 snow creature spirit. We can pay 2 snow mana. The spirit becomes a 2/3. We can pay 3 snow mana only if we've already paid that additional 2 to have it become a 4/4, which is, you know, very, very good. And then, of course, we can pay for 4 mana on top of that 3 to put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. You know, that's really great. The second evolution of it will also give you flying, so it goes from a 1/1 to a 2/3 to a 4/4 with flying, and then it's going to be a 6/6 with flying, and you'll draw a card whenever you deal combat damage. And now, as a tempo deck, in my experiences or history, dealing damage to draw cards has always been, you know, like a cornerstone of a good tempo deck, and the Ascendant Spirit does this perfectly. It's a low CMC creature that can just enter if we're on the play without any consequence. And then if we're not countering, if we're not removing our opponent's creatures on their turn, you know, it's going to pass back to our turn. Before it does, boom, we sink all of our extra mana into the Spirit. It evolves or levels up, however you want to think of it, and eventually it will become its own damage engine and draw engine as well, which is quite cool. And all for 1 mana, which is just like, don't even get me started. Into our 2 drops now, which is, you know, really where the deck starts to take off. 4 copies of Essence Scatter at instant speed, counter target creature spell. You will want to prioritize your counter magic within the deck. We have 2 copies of the Ghostly Pilferer. This is one of the main draw engines in the deck that we have, and I'm absolutely loving it right now in the current meta. Whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card. You know, if you have extra mana, paying 2 every time you untap it to draw, you know, that's pretty good as a repeatable draw for 2. I love it. And then more importantly than this though, whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card. Exile, right? Or their library. Adventure, Foretell, those are 2 of the big ones. You can also discard a card to make it unblockable. So there's a lot of text on this card when you really dive into it. Because we'll be drawing when we attack, we can easily afford to discard to make ourselves unblockable. We're going to jump ahead here because we do combo the Ghostly Pilferer with the Sea-Dasher Octopus, a 2/2 with flash, mutate for 2. Typically, it's 3 mana. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. We mutate onto the Ghostly Pilferer because obviously it's a spirit, it's not a human. And then we make it unblockable with the discard. We attack with it, get the draw through the Octopus's ability of whenever we deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's tapped, it untaps, we draw another card, that card gets discarded, and the cycle just continues. So your opponent will not be able to stop your attacks. They will not be able to stop you from drawing. This is great news. And of course, you know, if they're trying to remove it, we have more counter magic. Jwari Disruption for 2 mana at instant speed, counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. This is good early game. You know, it kind of loses its value late game or mid game, but then regains its value late game and then loses it completely after that. Because when your opponent gets to 7, you know, the ultimatums are going out immediately. They're not going to play around a counter. When they get to 8 for Ugin, Ugin comes out immediately. They're not playing around it, right? So, you know, it's good early game when they're trying to ride that curve up, and then it's kind of dead in that mid game, and then it's good again for a couple turns, 7 and 8 maybe, and then it kind of falls off completely. Of course, you know, when it is not used as a counter, it can be used as a land. 4 copies of Negate, instant speed, counter target, non-creature spell, the exact opposite of Essence Scatter. 2 copies of Omen of the Sea with flash. When it enters play, scry 2, then draw a card. We can pay 3 for an additional scry 2. This is good, again, because it has flash. If we don't have to counter anything, if we don't have to put creatures in play, we can get the scry, we can get the draw, we can set up our following turns. 2 copies of the Threnody Singer. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I wish I could run more of it. It is a 1/3 with flash and flying, and whenever it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -X, -0 until the end of turn, where X is your devotion to blue. This is a flash blocker that basically can't be killed because of its ability. I absolutely love it. It takes out Fervent Champion. It takes out, you know, the Thieves Guild Enforcer. There's many things that the Singer can kind of just like scoop out of the way at flash speed, which is absolutely amazing. We talked about the Octopus. We have 4 copies of Saw It Coming, which is a 3-drop at instant speed, counter target spell, Foretell for 2. So, you know, if we have the spare mana, if we can afford to do it, we can foretell it over, and then we can cast it later from exile at a reduced cost, which is really nice. And again, the The Pilferer only gets the draw when our opponent is casting cards from exile. Wouldn't that be cool if it did when we did as well? We've got 4 copies of Brazen Borrower. This is a 3/1 with flash and flying. It can only block other creatures with flying. Petty Theft for 2 as the adventure at instant speed. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. You know, a little bit of tempo play. If they play a 4 CMC and you use 2 mana to push it back to their hand, plus it didn't have haste, that's a win-win for us. Of course, it is also the flyer to get a little bit of damage in. The Octopus can go on to the Borrower as well. 2 copies of Behold the Multiverse. Instant speed for 4, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. Foretell for 4. Again, we're reducing the cost with Foretell, and the scry 2, draw 2 is, you know, very friendly. 2 copies of the Shark Typhoon for 6 as an enchantment, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Cycling for X plus 2, and whenever you cycle a Shark Typhoon, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, baby. We love the sharks. 18 Snow Islands, and newly added to make the deck even better, 2 Castle Vantresses. Pay 5, scry 2. You gotta love it. Similar as all of our draw, you know, like the Omen, like the Multiverse, and the Vantress, we will be holding that mana up, using counter magic if we don't need that, and we don't need creatures, and you know, there's nothing else for us to do. Yeah, sure, take the draws, take the scries. That's a good way to use your mana. Again, like I said, the Spirit is a good you know, magnet for your dead mana that you typically would be wasting as well. So, you know, lots of really cool mana sinks for you to utilize within the deck. Lots of flash speed to, you know, keep your opponent on their toes, and a ton of counter magic to keep you alive alongside the unblockable draw engines, which I absolutely love. So that's the deck list. You guys got a good idea of the strategies and synergies while we talked about everything, how it all works together. You know, as an overarching game plan, you really want to be holding up your mana, like I mentioned. You want to be playing a couple threats, having those threats, you know, be dealing the tempo damage, and then you're holding up counter magic. Your opponent plays something, no, they don't. They don't play something, or you've got enough to counter and do your own thing, then you're just trying to get more value on your opponent's turn than they get on their own turn, and your turn is basically just meant for attacking, for drawing, and, you know, trying to set up your next turns, which is pretty cool. So thank you guys again for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends, family, MTG playgroups, your cat, your dog, who cares? Yell it out on the streets. I want billboards, baby. Support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon, and our Grey Viking Games links. Everything that you'll need is in the description below, or you can easily Google Hello Good Game Linktree if you have trouble finding it. Thanks again for your time and attention. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts after the gameplay. We go first. There's not a lot of land happening here, so let's toss it. This looks better. This looks a little bit better. Keep 6, toss the Typhoon. Let's get after it. Ascendant Spirit in play. Feels relatively comfortable. Okay, it's gonna get stomped. Oh, it doesn't even make it there. This should be a good match. Lots of fun. Let's see how it all pans out. I don't have high hopes, right? When there's some removal, there's obviously more. Really? Now this is an awkward deck. Let's get 2 of them out there. Sadly, we should have played our Disruption there. I wasn't really sure what we wanted to do. Playing like garbage today. We'll be okay, though. They're playing slow, too. Defender sucks. And it's from Adventure Zone Exiles. We get to draw 2 cards here. Which should be more than enough value to Good game. Yeah, let's take the draw again. Wow, we cannot get land. Whoa! We're gonna get some damage through here. And then, of course, they both untap. Where's the land, though, you guys? I mean, I guess we're at 4. It just feels really slow for some reason. Alright. Do they have removal? No, it's cultivate. We're gonna get a chance. We do it for one of them. Decline the other. Still no land. That's crazy. We get the draw on this side. I don't know where this land is. That's insane. We have a full house of cards. So this is 6. Goldspan Dragon is annoying. I'll admit. They spend that mana. That's awkward. They're going to do it to bring Obosh over. So we have Essence Scatter on Obosh. We have the Petty Theft on the Dragon. Only we had more freaking mana. We're at 16 here. I think they want to hold their mana up for something, though. And they definitely want to, be using their ultimatum next turn. We're just going to have to wait and find out. Sit pretty. They're really thinking about it. Which is fine. I'm all for thinking about it. We've got a lot of cards here. Thank you on the land. So, we have 5 mana. No, we already played a land this turn. Let's take our 2 damage. We just let the dragon hit us. We should at least bounce it right before they go to their attackers. Right? We have an Essence Scatter. We have a Negate. We're sitting on 8 available mana. Okay, that's a good Negate. So we're in combat. Let's bounce the dragon to get a treasure. They have 3 available mana. They could bring Obosh over. Our turn. Decline. Decline. less than ideal. Let's take a nice hit. We need all 5 mana up. End our turn here. We have lots of mana. Okay, so this is an Essence Scatter. Back into the grave. They're running out of cards. Omen in play. Doesn't matter, really. We'll decline these. We still have full hand. This is like just kind of to fill our hand. Let's end our turn. We have Behold the Multiverse for 4 and Saw It Coming for 3. Cultivate's totally fine. Hitting their library. I mean, it's not great, but I think it's better for us than them. They have 8 available mana still. Obosh is over. Let's counter it. It's a good card. Let's push in another Octopus. Yeah, we'll draw 1. I need another counterspell here, though. So I think we just have lethal. Kind of no matter what happens. 5 mana. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to play this Spirit, but let's just hold up. We might have to play our Singer and the Borrower. Let's let it through. Our Devotion to blue is worth 7. That taps them out. Behold the Multiverse. Scry 2 draw. That's absolutely perfect. Our turn. Decline. Decline. So many ways to win. So many ways to win. We can easily just toss this. And we can easily toss this. These two are unblockable. Give me the draw. And our turn. Hello, good game. HGG's taking down a new top deck. We have plenty of ammunition left. We're unblockable. Oh, we could have cycled for 5. Math. Who wants to do it? Not me. It's some stuff. Oh! Hot dog. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? We'll just draw, be unblockable, draw, be unblockable. Feels good. I'm a little worried about the counterspell ratio, but we're gonna continue to play, feel it out, and work on it. Our opponent plays first. We don't have much. That's kind of how these tempo decks go. You need to just be perfect right out of the gate. I'm intrigued. Lots of land here, though, at least, right? That could be relatively good news. I mean, if we can just get the unblockable octopus in effect. Whoops. Accidentally interrupted the recording there. My bee. That's ugly. That's ugly. Why you do this? If we counterspell, we're just falling behind. Right, they already have 3 damage in play. Kill the cleric. It's something. It's something. We're so dead, though. Let's hold up countermagic. Play defensively. If we don't have to counter, you know, we can try to help out the crew. That hurts. I do not like that. Right, because we can't counter that. I would double block this thing. I'd just kill that apparition. Should we have double blocked it? I don't know. It's really hard to say. I want to counter something here. No? Really? Let's just push into it. I mean, we do have our counter spells. I wish we had more land. Another Haven is, like, good. Raptor's dead card right now. Let's see the attackers first. Should we just trade with it? Go 4-4. Or double block? Oh my god. Good game. We're not coming back from that. Our opponent plays first. Let's see how it works out. Hola. You know, with all the rogues around, I've been thinking about just running Mystical Dispute, right? Doesn't look that bad. Mystical Disputes, like, could have got that. You know what I mean? We literally could have countered that. Let's see how bad this works out for us. I'm sure they still have removal. I'm sure they still have their other rogue. They only mill one, so it's got to be, you know, a Heartless Act or something. I mean, I'll counter anything. I'm gonna be honest. They finally decide to let us hit them. They're apparently thinking. Let's let it enter. Even though we have nothing. Still us letting it enter. Getting the mill on. We'll take Omen of the Sea. They're counter happy. We kill their other rogue. We are open though, like we're gonna get slayed here. Right, guaranteed they have removal. They have a Cling to Dust. Don't know why they'd be looking at our grave. We get hit for an itsy bitsy witsy. Our turn. We killed both of these Wind Robbers before we get sent to 8. Now that's interesting. Those are good trades. I mean, yes, they have Lurrus. Yes, it's annoying. But they're like pretty tapped here. So let's see if we can get a counter spell out of them. We take out the thief. Alright, we get our draw. Let's get a spirit in play. Pull out their counter magic. Oh, we do. I'll allow it. I mean, it's an essence scatter. It's not as good as, you know, Drown in the Lock is, but we'll still take it. Runecraft's fine. Land for the mill. Totally fine. We get lots of stuff. I guess we'll just play another Octopus if they're gonna pass their turn. We get to draw one here for sure. No land, though. Ouch. Ouch, bro! Let's try to sneak a spirit in play again. They countered our last, so they'll counter this one if they can, by principle. They do. If they only knew that that could have protected Lurrus. I mean, there's a good chance that they just drew another counterspell as well. Nope. It's a land. We're at 27. I think that's a good spot to be in. They're probably top deck into the story next turn. If they don't scoop right here, right? That's going to be the big question. Nice. Loving that land. You know what I love about Into the Story? How easy it is to counter with Negate. Oh, gosh. Right, because that's what they're looking for. They're like, we need Into the Story. We need Agadeem's Awakening. You ain't Ren shit. I'm so sorry, Mr. Rogue. Alright, let's turn on the jets here. Just so we get more draws, right? I want that other Octopus to draw. I'm telling you, these Octopus Pilferers, they're what's up. You get just draw everywhere. Always be drawing. We picked up another Negate. Runecraft in play. Bounce it. More draw, please. We're down to 19. I guess that's annoying, isn't it? Just to kill it. Whatever, bro. I mean, that is the correct one to get. We can end our turn. This Negate protects us from anything that we don't want. Runecraft is just like an inconvenience at this point, right? Borrower in. Don't you dare do that to me. We leave it. Pass our turn. You know, they're holding on. I'll let them squirm, right? You do you, rogue. Twelve cards left. I better be careful. Actually, we can only block one, so we don't need to do that. Does that ever feel good? I mean, we could have went for the draw, tried to pick up a counter. He just sent it straight to the grave. Nice. I'm not sure they know. Well, I guess we're just unblockable. Sure. Does, how do you say this? Not the flyer, see? Shark Town! Definitely. Who doesn't want to draw cards these days? Down to 5. Unblockable. Good game. Oh, I love beating rogue decks. Don't you guys? Do you guys love beating rogue decks? I do. I do so much. We didn't even lose our octopus because the singer. Oh, what a good sport. Good sport. Good game, bro. Our opponent plays first. Illegal. Last match of the day. Looks like it could be a quick one. Uh-oh. We need a singer off the top. Disruption. Doesn't do. We have 3 land. We might need the counter spell. Do not think this is good. Robber of the Rich, I cry. Nice, bro. If they drop Annex on turn 3, I'll just scoop. We'll play another match. Because, fine. We'll get to counter Annex and then we'll scoop. How about that? Right? Oh my lord. Like a playbook. Champion, Robber, Annex, Cleave. Champion, Robber, Annex, Cleave. You stop it, you dirty dog. You dirty, dirty dog. They've played 2 annexes. I bet one of those is still a cleave. They're like, oh, don't worry, I've got backup. They get our singer off the top. That's the card I wanted most. We can kill the champion with it. Sag. So screwed. We're so screwed. I mean, that's an easy negate, I guess. It stops a bit of damage. Put the robber back, only take 1 here. It's so bad. It's so bad. We're getting decimated. Oh no. No, 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 no. Boulder rush. Come on, bro. Okay. Okay, so we can Shark for 3. Ooh, we get a Singer. Okay. And that's it. It hurts though. Like that's too much damage. Pass our turn. You know, we're just so screwed. Don't care about the shock. It's like a 2-for-1. Kill Bowl. Oh my gosh. They're top decking. Let's take the draw. End our turn. Now this is risky. Borrower in play. Oh my lord. Is this a comeback? Wow. Double draw. And then we can draw off the Pilferer. I saw it coming. Behold the Multiverse. Wow. I think we did it. I think we did it. We beat a perfectly played mono red deck. It's got no haste. I don't care. Let's take a massive draw. Both of these can go. Another saw it coming. Decline. We want to keep 6 up, so we can't pay 2. We go all in. I know they're thinking, what is this crazy guy doing? But I'm addicted to the draw. I'm addicted to the draw. Addicted to the draw. I mean, we could be pushing some of these softer comings over the edge. Oh, that's a full tap out, isn't it? Good game. I like it. The Octopus Pilferer combo seems to be, you know, very accessible and quite powerful. Can I get a woof woof? All right, you guys, a couple things I forgot to mention. This deck slaps. I love mono blue tempo. I hate rogues. No, aside from that, how would we edit this deck? How would we change it? I added the Vantresses in within the deck tech in the intro. We didn't have that in the gameplay. I think that would help a little bit. The countermagic feels safe. I wish we could have more Singers because it's good to stop the aggro decks, right? It's really nice to kill one of their creatures when they're not expecting it, whether it be a Speaker of the Heavens that's attacking when they shouldn't be, right? We can kill that potentially. So there's lots of really cool interactions that the Singer can take care of for us as a 1/3 with flash and flying. I absolutely love it. I think that this deck, you know, does show a lot of promise. I think that it's tuned almost perfectly, but I feel like, you know, there's something here that could change, whether it be more MDFC lands potentially, even, you know, the Seagate might not be bad, because then we wouldn't be worried about having a full hand. Many times throughout today's video, we quit drawing with the Pilferer. We didn't want to pay 2 mana anymore because we already had a full hand. But if we weren't worried about discarding, yeah, let's throw that library into our hand. So maybe the Seagate Restoration could be cool. I'm really interested to hear all of your guys' ideas as well. So leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Make sure to be liking and commenting every video while it's live for your chance to win $10. We also have the 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize monthly tournaments on MTG Melee, Brawl, and Artisan formats. We have 100 one-on-one coaching sessions with myself and so much more. So again, thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next video.